in Girona for a kind of DIY cycle training camp, rather than going all in and paying for one of those kind of all-you-can-eat guided, everything done for you tours. We're doing it ourselves. So we just collected our hire bikes from Girona Cycle Centre, Cannondale, Synapse, that's a job. It's just a lot easier than paying a bunch of money and putting our own bikes on the plane, and so we thought we'd give that a go.
Where are you? What have you been doing?
So we rode out from Girona to San Grau, which is a pretty cool climb. I don't know if we've done it back to front because everyone else seems to be going the other way. But anyway, you climb all the way up through these mountains. I went off really fast at the start because I didn't know how long it was.
This is meant to be fun.
And then there's an amazing descent with loads of switchbacks which brings you down to the sea, and you go along the coast up and down, and we stopped in San Feliu for a kebab.
Oh, issue. How's your cycling holiday going?
It's great. I've got a big bag of sweets, beer in the fridge. I'm planning on staying right here now. If you're cycling, you're cycling. If you're not on the bike, you're recovering. I don't know if beer's the best recovery drink. We've just done a recovery ride from Girona to Banyoles, I think it's called, or Banyol, I don't know. And it's super nice, quite flat, easy ride, good to get your legs spinning. And we just got here, there's a beautiful lake. Everyone's out kayaking and there's a triathlon going on. It's a really nice place. So we're going to grab a coffee and then get back to Girona. Here's how we're navigating.
Can you see that? And I've ignored all that and I just look at her little dots.
We're in Bike Breaks Girona, which is where we hired our bikes from, and it's really cool because it's where they sell all the pro cyclists' old kit. So I'm trying really hard not to buy anything, but it's quite difficult. Check out these skin suits. It says who they belong to, or who they used to belong to. Oh, cool, huh? So the idea of our trip here was to do a cycling training camp, a DIY one. But we didn't want to do structured zone training, heart rate monitor stuff, do that all the time at home. And yes, I want to get fitter and faster, but no, I didn't want to spend what's essentially a holiday looking at heart rate zones. What's that all about then?
If you don't feel like you're going to puke, you're not trying hard enough.
So what we did was we went on lots of rides, long rides every day, and then when we hit a climb we'd absolutely go for it. So that would be like our threshold training. I think that worked pretty well. Certainly my legs feel tired.
How was the climb?
Oh, it's a pretty tough climb up to Els Angels, or however you pronounce it.
Els Angels.
Els Angels. Mainly really tough because we smashed out one of the earlier climbs. I think it would be alright otherwise, but my legs are pretty sore. It's an amazing view, and it's all downhill from here. I mean, in a good way. Good ride today?
Very good ride. Most awesome descents you're ever going to do, probably.
It's day 4 of our training camp, DIY training camp, and today we've followed one of my friend Sophie's routes. She called it the Fairytale Lanes loop, so we thought that sounded lovely. So far it's really pretty, quite a lot of climbing, sort of steady rather than steep climbs, but because it's our 4th day we're quite tired. Yeah, we had a really nice ride today. Rode out of Girona into the countryside, of course. The climbs were pretty steady and rolling, and we went out through some really beautiful landscapes. Loads of rocky outcrops to our right. I don't really know what the area was called though. I'm going to have a look at my phone. Right. Oh yeah. So we went out to San Madir, and then Cano d'Adri, and then down to eventually Constantine. And yeah, hardly saw another person all day. It was brilliant.
How long was the loop?
The loop was about 60k. So how's your trip to Girona been?
It's been wicked. What do you want to know about?
I want to know why
Why?
you'd come cycling here specifically.
Because the Spanish have got really slacked doping rules, as Lance will explain. And it's basically legal apparently.
Actually, I should point out that Lance Armstrong did used to live in Girona. Currently it's a home of quite a lot of pros. They base themselves here for the winter. Although of course Lance is no longer welcome.
Yes, I do not condone doping in cycling. That was a joke, not a very funny one. Why would I come here? Because the weather's great and it's got a selection of everything. So whether you want a nice chilled flat recovery ride or a smash out climb or a long flat road to time trial on in a group, or wouldn't quite call them mountain passes, kind of shorter, like, well, still 400 metre climbs, quite hard.
What I like about the climbs here is the fact you go all the way up. You know you're climbing, and once you get to the top it's going to end and you're going to descend all the way down. Ooh. Back in Devon it's kind of up and down, up and down, up and down, so you don't know whether you can blow your legs off because you might not be able to get home. Here you know that once you get to the top it's definitely a descent.
And depending on the descent, some of the descents we've done are pretty open, so it's not often you can give it full gas on a descent, and especially the Hincapi loop, do it, you can pin it down it to the point of nearly puking, as you saw earlier in the video.
Yeah, I think the best thing about cycling here is there's a bit of everything. So you can choose your ideal route depending on how your legs are feeling that day. And the roads are quiet, empty, drivers seem polite, it's very beautiful.
Great condition, there's not thousands of potholes. The weather's quite good, so obviously the roads aren't damaged by the weather all the time, and because there's loads of cyclists, everything seems to be pretty well taken care of. So.
And it doesn't rain very much. Mainly, it rains about three days over winter, I think, and unfortunately we were here for those 3 days, but yeah, normally it's just sunny.